And we're now also joined by the Executive Director of the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, Ronald Jackson, to give us more details on the response that's being contemplated so far. Evening, Mr. Jackson. Ronald Jackson, good evening.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to your viewers.
Right.
Well, I think essentially the major impact was felt in Trinidad and Venezuela, as you would have heard from your colleague reporting out of Trinidad. It was felt as far as St. Vincent and in Barbados, and as far south to Suriname and Guyana. However, no adverse conditions, no damage, no injuries reported in any of those islands or those countries on the South American continent, even except for Venezuela. The report essentially was that persons felt this as a strong, let's say, prolonged in relation to previous other events, where I think the shaking lasted for close to a minute in some instances in many of the territories who reported in the information. The National Disaster Office in Trinidad and Tobago indicated that their damage assessment teams were prepared to go out and to get a full assessment of the impact, as well as they've appealed to members of the public to provide any information on where they would have identified or seen any cracks or damage. But as it stands, no injuries, no casualties reported in any of the countries, including the information I've also received out of Venezuela.
Well, I understand that from Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines and St. Lucia as well. So will your agency be following up on this?
And St. Lucia, yes.
Right. I want to thank you very much, Ronald Jackson, of course, with the Caribbean Disaster and Emergency Management Agency, giving us that report.
You're welcome.
Right. Now, Nesta Louis Riverol, Venezuela's Interior Minister, wrote on Twitter that first responders were ready to address any emergency following Tuesday's earthquake.